So I'm Kate Walden. I'm the owner of Soulsprite Fitness Studios, which is a little boutique studio in Devonport in Auckland, New Zealand. We had lots of things in the past, but at that time, 6 months ago, I was watching our numbers fall quite dramatically from the year before, and I basically was in a state of huge panic. So yeah, that's where we were, and I just felt like I needed a plan. I kept on having these breakdowns with my husband and saying, we need a plan, we need help, we need a mentor, we need something, because this isn't what we're doing, it's not working. And it was before, but it wasn't working anymore. And we had come to the point where we really needed to create security for our 3 kids and start to get some proper money instead of using the business almost like a love affair, but it was giving us the income like a hobby.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, too. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, because I had some pretty serious health scares and couldn't work. That is always rolling in the back of my head, is if one of us goes down, we need to have something that operates without us. So
Yeah.
for me, I'd already put myself out of the business of the fitness side for other reasons, and we couldn't afford for another one to go down. And so that was a real emergency situation for me. I needed something fast. Yeah, I was going out and helping on the farm, which we have, and I put my headphones on and went, we need some sort of solution. Maybe there's something on a great old podcast that seems to have answers, real no bullshit sort of answers. So I tapped in how to grow a boutique fitness studio, and then Geronimo came up.
Dozer.
And then I started to listen to Dozer, and then the first episode I was like, holy shit, I got so much information out of that. And I wrote it all down and went, okay, next episode. And then I wrote down stuff, and it just kept on doing that episode. Yeah, binge watch the episode. And then I finally said, you know what, I just need to contact them, because, yeah, if they're giving this value, imagine what it's like being
On the inside.
a client, yeah. So, yeah.
And so, like, obviously everyone goes through that, but then, like, what were you hesitant about before joining, if anything? Like, you've gone through the podcast, you've done the first call to see if we can help. Like, what were you hesitant about? But then what happened when you took action?
It was definitely value for money. Me. I needed to know that I was going to get some fast results from it, and that it wasn't going to require a ridiculous amount of energy that I could not commit. Yeah.
How did you find that, though? Like, so talk to us about that. Like, did you get those results, and how much energy? Like, everything requires input from the owner, but how have you been able to manage that?
Absolutely. I think that time audit thing that you guys do at the start was really beneficial, and for me it was like a no-brainer. As long as I'm working energy into the right areas and doing it the right way, then I was fine with it, you know? Whereas at the moment I was putting lots of energy into things that I knew were the same shit that wasn't giving us the results that we needed. So yeah,
it's funny that you say that, because like so many times people think it just means more work and more work and more work. And how many times were you as an owner getting to the end of the day and realizing I worked freaking hard, but what have I done?
Yeah, it was really exciting for me too. I had a conversation with one of my friends who's a good business owner, and she said, hire a VA. And I went, okay. So I hired this VA, and it was life-changing. And then Geronimo, one of the first things they said is hire a VA. And I just went, you know what, they really know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I just need to forget what my mind's telling me and just do exactly what they say and see what comes of it. Yeah.
And with that, what's the big result you've seen so far? What have been the 3, I guess, biggest or most influential things that you've installed that have made the difference for you? Because, like, we were just talking before off the camera, like, the revenue jump, we don't have to talk about the actual numbers, but, like, it's been massive since the start of the year, which is great to see. Like, what's been the 3 biggest things that you've installed that have made the biggest difference?
For us, it was that lead flow. Definitely opening up the lead flow for, I think, every probably studio that opens. That's probably been the most beneficial. Of course. But for me, it was learning how to do it. And honestly, it was like, because I'm like technical dinosaur. So
Math is your favourite thing now.
Learning it. Yeah, that was the overwhelm at the start. But now that I know how to do it, it's super simple. And just opening that lead flow was just crazy. I didn't realise how many leads you could get from meta ads. I just had no idea. I'd been putting stuff out before. So, and just doing it the right way, that's been game changing. learning
I love
the
that.
avatar, doing it the right way. Yeah, so I think that's been the biggest so far. I'm still on my beginning journeys. I'm only 3 months in, so there's a whole heap of other things that are on the list to do. But I'm excited because if that has been that beneficial to our business, what's the next stage going to be? So
That's right.
that's exciting. Yeah.
I love that. So, what have been some of the unexpected benefits of joining $1 million studio? Systems improvements, potentially like helping you grow your team. Like, what has been some of those unexpected benefits that you've seen so far?
I love the personal development side, to be honest.
Me too.
Yeah, I've been in a business before that did a lot of personal development, and I really value it because that for me is a real carrot. If I feel like I'm improving as a person and I get the benefit by following it through into my business or my personal life, so mindset coaching from Ashley, or just being more accountable with my numbers, and all that stuff is really exciting for me, because for me, working in a business, if you're not growing as a person, is very empty. I was not growing at all. I was going backwards.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. And like, I like just in general, like, well, you bought a business to be a business owner, not to have a very below wage per hour job, which a lot of people get stuck in. So that's awesome. The development's worked for you too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
If you could go back and give any advice to your past self before you started, what would it be?
Yeah, that feeling that I am not growing as a person and in my business is because I haven't seeked out mentors. It's so clear now that I was wanting it, but I wasn't going to get it. Like when you train someone, they're so appreciative of you training them because they're shit at that and they need someone to keep them accountable, right? I was shit at the business side and I wasn't getting any mentor or any help for it. And yeah, I knew I wanted it. It was kind of eating away at me, to be honest. It was killing my confidence as a business owner.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's good to know that you found your tribe.
Yeah, I found a solution. So that's good.
So what's next for you then?
To be honest, when we started Geronimo, because of my health issues that I'd had, we didn't want to dream, and it was really hard for us to set 60-day goals or 5-year goals or anything like that. I was just like, I can't do that, because every time we've said it, something's happened. And now I feel like I'm starting to dream again, and that's really exciting. So I'm thinking of getting this studio. The one benefit from my health is that I don't want to work in the studio because I can't, so I have to be removed. So being removed from the studio is being forced, and that's probably a really positive. So I want to get it rocking without me properly, and my husband, who goes back and forth like 3 hours there and back.
Yes.
Because we live away from Auckland now. Yeah, it'd be nice to have it rocking on its own, hire staff, get a team, and then perhaps open another one. I'm really excited by the podcast and the adding value online. So that's something that I'd really like to do for people with autoimmune and female diseases.
That's awesome.
That's where I'd like to go once Soulsprite's working well.
Thank you, Kate. I appreciate that. That was awesome. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, all good.